The Online Safety Act, is it doomed to fail? Well, the UK's Online Safety Act was conceived by a previous government, in fact, but it's been implemented in the UK in July 2025. And its aim is simply to protect children from harmful online content. Critics have a problem with it. A lot of us have a problem with it, but because it's becoming more of an online surveillance act. And it's smothering the internet under bureaucratic fear while simply failing to make it much safer, really. So just let's have a look at the issues involved. Now, the good intentions versus reality. Now, the problem is very real. Our children have huge access to adult material very, very easily with almost no restrictions. Half of 13-year-olds apparently have been exposed to pornography online. I would be surprised if there isn't much higher than that, to be honest. Surveys have said that 25% of child suicides are linked to online material. Probably not the adult material, but more stuff on social media, bullying and that sort of thing, I would imagine. And 69% of British adults support some sort of age verification, which age verification is kind of the crux of this act, really. So the solution of the Online Safety Act basically is that any platform with adult or harmful material must verify the user's ages. Now, they do this by asking for your passport, driving license. Some do age verification by biometrics, so they take a picture of your face and say, you're old, you can come in, that sort of thing. And also, what is there? Yes. And credit cards. They ask for credit card, micropayments, stuff like that to verify the ages. Now, of course, some of these sites, people have got a problem with putting this sort of data on it, but that's a different issue. Ofcom can fine companies up to 10% of global revenue or several £1 million. There is a rather vague definition of what is adult and what is harmful. Obviously, I mean, pornography sites are obvious, but the rest of it is so vague. Lots of sites don't really know what to do, and they tend to block. This is the reality. Now, I know a couple of football forums which are just discussing football. They blocked because they were worried about getting fined. There's lots of chat rooms, lots of forums. I think there was one about winemaking. They closed because they weren't sure if they were affected. They've just closed the site down because a lot of these websites online are just run not for profit. And if they even touch on any sort of adult material or they allow user content, I mean, Football Forum can allow somebody could post any sort of video clip on the football forums I use, and they could be up there for days. They don't have thousands of moderators. And lots of things are being blocked. For instance, one of the examples was this. This is a speech by Katie Lamb, which Twitter or X blocked until you verify your age. So you couldn't see this MP's report on grooming gangs. Anybody couldn't see it unless you'd gone through the age verification process. You could find it on another site, so you could go to Hansard and see the actual speech tackling child sex abuse that was made in Parliament on here. But this is kind of one of the issues, really. And many, many sites will just block access, as I've said. This is an AI site. There's nothing particularly adult on it, I don't think. It's AI-generated images. Some of them are a bit raunchy sometimes, but I wouldn't have put it in the adult site. They've just basically decided to say anybody from the UK can't access it. Basically, they can't be asked with all the restrictions and the risks. So they've just blocked everybody. So what's happened? So, I mean, nobody can say that self-regulation was working. Tech companies have just ignored this, really. And as many people say, they've shirked their moral responsibilities to stop children from accessing toxic content. But the Act's implementation has raised serious concerns about free speech. The big problem, the elephant in the room, if you like, the super issue that just won't go away is the fact that if you have the resources or the means to get a VPN service, none of it applies to you. You can just bypass it. Let me just show you quickly Here's the VPN. Let's just go back to this AI site here, this AI image site. It's blocking me because I'm a UK. Let me use my NordVPN and connect to France. This will give me a French IP address. It's I say NordVPN, worth if you do want to bypass the Online Safety Act, it's well worth having. It's one of the cheapest and the biggest. It's a discount link in the description below if you want to try it. But here I am. I've now got a French IP address. If I try and go to this site that's blocked, and there it goes. It works perfectly, and the same will apply. I'm not going to go to any of these age verification, but if you went to a porn site and with a French IP address, the age verification just wouldn't apply. So you bypass it. You completely sidestep it. Not surprisingly, many adults are quite keen on this because they don't want to upload their driving license or passport to a porn site or to Twitter or to wherever else it comes across it on the internet. Remember, lots of sites are just blocking or age restricting just to be on the safe side. Searches for VPNs are up 500%, probably more to be honest. If you've got a VPN like I've just showed you, it doesn't apply to you. You don't have to do any age verification. You can just use the site. Children, lots of tech-savvy children going. This VPN I'm using is less than a sandwich or a pint or any of those. A couple of pounds a month is all it costs. It's pocket money, if you like. So children can access it. There are problems that, of course, some children can't have no means to pay for these things. I can assure you children know how to use VPNs. My son was using a VPN when he was 10 years old to access Minecraft servers. Little quote here is worth remembering. Martha Gill from The Observer: if there's a lesson of the last decade that we have learned, it is that you cannot domesticate the internet. It's global. You can't control it. Not one country can. So people are actually, some of the children and some of the people who are a bit mean with the money are using free VPN services. Now, there's loads of these around, but whereas a paid VPN keeps the servers on, keeps people employed, keeps the servers secure by subscription, so your £2 a month goes to keeping the lights on and making sure your data's safe. Free VPNs obviously don't have these, and they're not run by some benefactor who wants to promote free speech. Most of them are run by chancers and very dodgy back street companies who just want to make money, really, and they know free sells easier than a subscription. So free VPNs can be grabbed by any child to bypass all these age verification processes. The problem is that they make money by using your data. So they'll log and sell user activity and IP addresses, often, and in fact usually, to the very companies that we're trying to censor in a way. So porn companies, gambling companies, casinos, that sort of stuff. Malware and adware distribution. Lots of these free VPNs inject malware or intrusive adware onto your devices, so suddenly you start getting pop-ups, all sorts of things, again from the sort of companies you're trying to keep your children away from. And quite importantly as well is that they spend very little money on any encryption or protocols or keeping this server safe, because they don't have the income from that. They're really just trying to make money out of your data, and that's what free VPNs do. They want your data so they can make money out of it. So this is a problem. I mean, I think VPNs are fundamentally the issues, whatever your problem about the Online Safety Act, is because you can sidestep it with a VPN. And I'm afraid that's what I do, and I think most children over about 10 will do as well. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll have another video on this subject soon. Bye for now.